Hello everyone, and welcome back to another session of Dark Souls PvP and another weapon showcase. This time I am using the Dragon Tooth. Now this weapon is one of the great hammers you don't see very often, and it's pretty fun to use. I really like using this thing. I don't really enjoy the moveset so much, it's just I like the way it looks. I really like the way that this weapon looks. And, you know, fashion souls, right guys? So, anyway, getting started. This weapon, the Dragon Tooth has a weight of 18 units, it has a strength requirement of 40, and it has a descaling in strength. Now, that's alright, because it also has a very high base damage. It's got a base damage of 435, and with my 40 strength, it's got an AR of 590. So with the minimum strength to wield it one-handed, you're going to have an AR of 590, like myself. So that's pretty good. Two-handing it, of course, you're going to get that little bit of bonus. It's not too much, just because it's, well, really not, but whatever. And that pretty much sums up all the basic stuff about it. Now, there is something that is unique about this weapon, and that is the fact that it can never be broken. It's got 999 durability, and it never goes down. You will never need to repair this weapon. It also raises your magic and fire defense by 20 points, as do pretty much all of the dragon weapons. And this one also can be enchanted, so, you know, throwing hidden weapon on this thing and surprising people, definitely a good time. I definitely would recommend trying that out if you can. Other than that, you know, you can use your rotten pine resin, your gold pine resin, all that good stuff, and just have fun putting buffs on it, really. So that's pretty much all the basic info on this thing. Now, for the pros and the cons, I would have to say that the biggest pro of this weapon would be its rolling attacks. And the reason for that, the two-handed rolling attack, it can't be parried, it breaks an infinite amount of poise, and it's really good to begin with. The one-handed rolling attack is that wide circular swing. You can free aim that and dead angle very, very easily with it, which is one of the things you're going to be doing a lot with this weapon, most likely, just due to the fact that it's kind of hard to hit people with its R2s. So really, you're going to be wanting to do a lot of rolling attacks with this weapon. Other pros of the weapon, you've got your typical Great Hammer class pros, being the solid amount of damage. It's usually very high. This thing doesn't do split damage, and the reason why I say usually very high is because, well, Grant is also in that group, and that does split damage. So, yeah. Now, this guy right here, I have no idea what the hell he was doing. I want to say that he was just trying to flip around and work on his rollback stabs, but, you know, didn't really work out for him. He ended up getting me later, but it was just such a boring fight. It lasted for about 3 minutes, and it was just him trying to roll backstab me. I didn't want to include that, so it is what it is. Whatever. Anyway, normally in a situation against someone with the Darkwood Grain Ring, you would really, really struggle with this weapon. And, you know, that's just due to the fact that its biggest con is the fact that it's slow. It's a great hammer, though. I mean, what do you expect? It's slow. Really, I guess that's not the biggest con. The biggest con, in my opinion, is probably going to be the moveset, actually, now that I'm thinking of it. It's not too versatile. It's pretty much limited to the same thing, one-handed and two-handed. The only difference between the two is the rolling attacks, and that's not enough for me to really like this weapon that much. Now, that being said, it is a good moveset if you're R1 spamming with it, and then you throw in an R2. That's great. And also, I've got no idea what that guy was doing. He was being so passive. I don't even know. It was an interesting day in the township, so I guess we'll just leave it at that. Other than that, other cons of the weapon would definitely be the weight. It weighs 18 units, so it's on the heavier side of the Great Hammer class weapons, and that can definitely be a con for some people. As you can see, I actually had to wear a different set of pants than I normally do, just so I could fast roll still and keep my shield on. But it is possible for me on my build, so I figured why not. I didn't really feel like going onto my strength build this day, so whatever. Really, that's pretty much everything. Just to quickly recap, the biggest pro of the weapon would be the rolling attacks, both one-handed and two-handed, for their respective differences. The biggest con of the weapon would be the weight and the moveset. More the moveset than the weight. Really, it's kind of hard to decide on the biggest con for this weapon. And right there, I don't know why I didn't get pancaked from that plunging attack he got on me, but whatever, no complaints. So this is the last fight. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.